I'm not here today because I'm running for the presidency. I'm here because I'm personally tired of seeing this great country of ours being ripped off.
But as far as Trump is concerned, our allies are only part of the problem. The real culprit is Iran.
Why couldn't we go in and take over some of their oil, which is along the sea?
How would you do that? Would you send in the Marines? Would you take a chance in a war?
Let them have Iran. You take their oil. That's what
How?
How?
I mean, do we want a war? What do you mean we
in,
take their oil?
You go in. You're
How
have
do
a
we
war,
go
Barbara.
in?
You're going to have a war by being weak.
Okay, how do we go in? What do we do?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're going to have a war, and it's going to start in the Middle East.
What if the Soviet Union said, you do this to Iran, we're going to come in?
I don't believe they'd do it. The next time Iran attacks this country, go in and grab one of their big oil installations, and I mean grab it and keep it, and get back your losses, because this country has lost plenty because of Iran. The Iranian situation is a case in point, that this country sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror.
You're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation.
As you know, we attacked Kharg Island and knocked it literally, destroyed everything on the island except for the area where the oil is. I call it the pipes. We left the pipes. We didn't want to do that, but that we will do that. We can do that on 5 minutes notice. It'll be over. But for purposes of someday rebuilding that country, I guess we did the right thing. But it may not stay that way. Just one simple word and the pipes will be gone too, but it'll take a long time to rebuild that.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that laid of himself with thick clay. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, forgive me the spirit, to do this lesson. As you see, Donald Trump, in 1980, was talking about taking and stealing Iran's oil. He's on an oil rampage. So that's all the way back in 1980. All the way in 1980. Think about that, man. It was in his heart. So what we're seeing right now with him doing what he's doing now, he's trying to take it now. From 1980 all the way up to 2026, currently. Now we can see, he bombed Kharg Island, which is an island off the coast of Iran, right? And that's where they do their exports of oil. So he bombed all the military stuff around there, but kept the oil, and then made a tweet saying, through just being decent, I left the oil. Well, why did you leave the oil? Oh, so you can send Marines to go take it? Come on, man. Come on, man. All this is years and years in the making from different angles, man. From different angles. Different layers. All come together. All right. All come together at this time. That's what we're watching. All right. So let's go back. This is going to be quick. And let's start at verse 1 of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. Right. The watchmen, the seers. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. We got to wait for it, right? For his determination is to gather the nations, right? To the Middle East. And we're watching it happen. We're watching it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So it's not lying right now. This scripture is going to come out a lot. In this end time. It's going to come out a lot because we're living in it. It's not lying. It's jumping off the page. If you're watching and you're praying like you're supposed to, then you see that. You're like, oh man, I got to get myself together more. I got to examine this. I got to make sure, I got to do more of this, do more of that. I ain't been praying enough. I ain't been reading enough. You start going through that process in your mind, not just watching the prophecies. It goes together because you're watching the prophecies, all right, for Yahushua to return. And you know for him to return to get you, you need to be right spiritually. So it goes together. Okay. So it says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, we are at the end. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, Esau, but the just shall live by his faith, Jacob. Okay, the hopeful elect of Jacob. Verse 5, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Man, who is prouder than him? Than Trump. Okay, it's talking about Esau in general, but who is prouder than Trump, man? And Netanyahu and the crew. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Right, that's why Iran and said we're going to keep this war going to get y'all asses out of the Middle East. Okay, out of West Asia. We're going to get y'all out of there. Okay, the Middle East was called West Asia before they called it Middle East. Okay, for those who don't know why I said that. So Esau is in all these different countries with these military bases. Why you think Iran attacked 15 countries? Because Esau can't stay at home. He's everywhere, man, trying to, plot so he can steal. Okay? Period, man. So he can build more thick clay, more debt. Okay? More bloodshed for that debt. Okay, so he can set his people on high. All right? It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. And that reminds me of my last lesson, if you didn't watch it, with Truman, President Truman, saying that the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb, was a blessing, okay, which goes back to the scriptures, okay. And that lesson, it was a part where they were quoting from some type of Asian thing, and it said that he is as death. So even they know it, man. It says, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his? Right. And then they'll take over a government, put a puppet there, so that they can control it. That's why Trump said, I need to choose the leader, the next leader of Iran. Who are you? So you can be in control of a whole nother people on the other side of the world? I thought you was the president of the United States. Why are you trying to control them on the other side of the world? But that's Esau for you. Okay, his soul is not right in him, man. It's not right. All right? It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly? And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing these other countries, okay, saying they're strong. Okay, the Spirit of the Lord is commanding them to do that. Okay, Joel chapter 3. Let the weak say they're strong and come down to the valley to fight. Okay, don't take that shit no more. Don't take that hammer shit no more. All right, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? All right, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. Okay, look at Netanyahu, Bibi. Okay, now they saying, there's sources saying that, oh, he is in a coma. He ain't dead, but he's in a coma. He could be dead now, but since yesterday, he was in a coma from different sources. Okay, he was in that bombing that his brother got killed. Okay, so it's starting to bite them. It's starting to bite them. It's getting more serious and more serious that they're fighting back. They're not going to stop. Okay, they're showing power. They're showing accuracy. And you got other countries along with them, China and Russia, doing things in the background of intelligence. So this is very, very serious. It's a real trap, okay, that Trump, Netanyahu, and all these put themselves in. Okay, and he's trying to steal that oil. And he's trying to take that oil like he spoke about in 1980. Okay, so there you go. Matter of fact, let me read verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Right, man. They've been going around the earth just shedding blood and just killing. And the whole intent is to control and to steal resources, okay, to stay on top. Okay. There you go. Okay, so this chapter is going to keep coming out in the spirit, okay, because the spirit is letting you know that the time is now. Okay, so if you're not right, you better get right, or you're going to get judged. You're going to feel the ultimate judgment. Okay, that's why it says horrible is the end of this wicked and unrighteous generation. Okay, a lot of pain is coming. A lot of pain. So there you go. So we're going to see what's going to happen. We know that in that Karg Island, Iran exports the oil, okay, and does business, and they bombed all the military stuff. We're going to see what he's going to do. We know he sent more ships. We know he sent, some say 2,500, some say 5,000 Marines. You got different families talking about it online, about their loved one, their son, their daughter, okay, being a Marine and going. Okay, foot soldiers. So, boy. With that, I hope you're edified. I want to give our praises and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash, for giving the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the Elders Great Millstone. And shalom to Yaakam out there that's doing the truth in all sincerity. Shalom.
But if all the men are like you, then when are we going to get somebody who might be good?
I don't know. I hope it's around the corner, but I don't know. If we had the one man, and it's really not that big a situation. You know, people say, well, what could anybody do as president? The one man could turn this country around. The one proper president could turn this country around. I firmly believe that.
You think there is one man?
There is one man that can turn this country around.